Hi, my name is Carlos Trujillo, and I'm a professional off-road racer from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and CEO of Instrumental LLC. I own a 1450 Pro Truck, and I race in the Pro UTV class as well. I've been on TV many times, multiple interviews highlighting my talents. I've raced in the 2018 and 2019 World Championship, finishing as high as 8th in my class. I've been able to work with great partners along the way, and I'm truly blessed when it comes to off-road racing. If you want to know the steps it takes to be a professional off-road racer, this is what it takes. Hi, my name is Carlos Trujillo, and this is another episode of Racing Secrets. Today, we're going to be talking about traveling. It's a whole different world traveling as a racer. You have a lot more to risk, you have a lot more traveling to do, and you have a lot more that you have to really prepare for. And so I want to dive right on into that. When it comes to packing, you have to overpack. You have to have multiple sets of clothes. You need dress clothes, you need regular gear, you need brand new gear, so that way you can look camera ready. You need swag to hand out to the crowd. You need to pack plenty of food, coolers, water, extras. You need that stuff because it all has everything to do with being overpacked. Everything you want, everything you need, you don't want to have to be scrambling for it because it's going to cost you time, it's going to cost you a lot more money on the road. The preparation that you have, starting from packing, having your clean clothes, having your new stuff, having everything you need, plenty of underwear, plenty of socks, you know you're fine. You're going to get really dirty. You're going to work really hard. You're going to have to be in the sun. You're going to have to be talking to a lot of people. You want to be packed. That's the start of it right here. From here, going to the garage, having your equipment, you can't even finish the race if you don't have all of your equipment. You need to get everything in there. When it comes to tools, you need extras because you're going to lose some. When it comes to parts, you're going to need extra because you're going to use some. When it comes to all the things that it takes to function in the pits, there's checklists that you have to make that everyone on your team knows. That way, the more often you do it, the more it's just the natural checklist that everyone on the team knows. They're like, oh, they're missing that. We're missing this. This is going to be important. You know, you can just look at it and you'll know. Just by what you're loading in the truck. Has a lot to do with conserving space. If you have a big enough truck or a big enough trailer that fits everything, it's a lot to pack. It's a lot to load. And then you have to budget where goes, what, with the amount of weight, the amount of safety stuff. You want to make sure, you're not traveling with way too much gas and way too much extra in the back, and then you go to pack up your regular stuff and you're like, oh, well, there's no room because we can't fit it in the cab with the rest of our crew. You have to be really careful about that. You have to make sure that you have totes labeled. You want to make sure that you can stack them and you can strap them with, ratchet straps. You want to make sure that you don't lose stuff. You don't have a bunch of stuff flying out the back, like a race suit laying in the middle of the street that's worth a bunch of money, You can't do that kind of stuff. Like, all that stuff comes to bite you in the ass. You want to pack, and you want to pack right. It takes a couple days to actually pack right. If you think you're going to slap it together last minute, the night before a race that you got to leave, you're not in the pros. You have to start packing when you come back into town from the last time you were in town. That way, when you're ready to leave, it's actually time to leave. It's not, we have to leave, but we still didn't get all this stuff done. We checked off our list, and we're out of here. So that being said, once you're out of here, once you hit the road, you want to have a team that's good at traveling. You want to have a team that's good at working together. Someone that can be in charge of checking the trailers. Someone that can be in charge of checking the cargo. Someone that's always just being able to even watch the car when you get into a shady neighborhood in the middle of the night. out there pumping gas somewhere across the country, somewhere you have no clue about, that it's going to happen. You need people out there to watch your stuff, because you have a ton of equipment out there. People start seeing it, you never know. I mean, you don't want to find out the hard way. But that being said, the opposite side of that, when you're pulling through town and you have the coolest race car that they've seen ever, you're going to collect fans. And it's cool. I have fans that, from when I first started racing, that I met at gas stations, that now they follow my every move. They love being a part of this because they saw it grow from when we were still paying in quarters and barely making it across places and almost getting stranded. And, the process of making it more human and making it more, realistic, that this is something that's doable with a lot of hard work. It's the American dream. It puts hope in a lot of people's, they want it, everybody wants it. It's cool. It's a cool thing to be a part of. And that's cool. Driving and traveling through towns is really cool. When you're doing that and you want to stop somewhere, you got to be careful about what you eat. You don't want to start really binge eating all the time just because you're bored and you're driving. It's easy to do. You start laying into the gas station food, candy, soda, chips, and all the gross stuff. You're not burning any calories, you're not doing anything, and you're doing it a majority of the year. So you start to gain weight. Your sugar levels are thrown off. You feel sluggish. You're not right. And then especially if you're out of town and you get a hold of some food that's gnarly and it really messes your stomach up, gives you a bug or your whole crew a bug, you gotta be really careful with that. Because that's easily happens all the time. Buffets, really late night Subways, like sometimes it's like, not to bang on Subway, because I love Subway and I eat fresh all the time. There's certain places, you never know what you're going to get. It's just a sanitation issue. You don't know what's going to happen. And, I prefer, honestly, I like to pack a lot of food. I like to bring sandwiches of my own. I like to make sure that the crew and everyone around is on the same page when it comes to their digestive systems. We all have plenty of water. We all have plenty of, fruits and vegetables, but things that are good. Things that are not going to overwhelm you. And you can be able to sit in the car with people, for 10 hours straight, and also not have to pull over a bunch of times. It makes a big difference if you can be comfortable and, the food you eat, not overeating, and, being able to eat as a team together, I think makes a big difference. If you have everyone going out and getting their own junk food and doing their own thing, you're not really functioning as a team. It's taken away from the amount of time that you could be rehearsing your duties. Having the sandwiches prepped, having everything ready to go, packing those sandwiches, that's a lot back to packing. It has everything to do with it. And you save that much more time. Your team is that much more on the same page right then and there, because you want to eat, let's all eat sandwiches right now. And they're good for you. Everything's going to not make us sick. Let's go. And, excuse me, that's my philosophy. That's one thing I really like to do. So, when you're looking at it in the long run, it's easy to say and it's harder to do. If you have a camper trailer, if you have your own space and enough space to pack like that, that's one thing. But if you're forced to stay in hotel rooms, sometimes you can only carry 2 bags, or you have to fly there, and you have to be careful. I personally prefer to stay in my own camper trailer in the pits. But it's a budgeting issue of how far and how long you're going to stay there, and how much gas you're going to spend. If you spend way too much gas to only stay there for a night, you might as well save all that gas money and put it in a hotel room. If you're going to stay there for a week, you should stay in your own place. You should have your own RV. It'll save you a ton. If you have a team of people, if you have a big enough RV that can fit all those people, you'll start to save money. If you can save 3 or 4 hotel rooms a night for a week, and you're doing that year round, that'll save a lot of money. Everybody with the food being budgeted as well, save even more money. It's just, things you got to take care of. If you want to keep racing, if you want to keep doing it on the long run, it's things you have to really, really be careful with. It's easy to go out of budget, trip after trip after trip. But it's easy when you stay in budget, and it gets easier trip after trip after trip. One thing I've really noticed is staying ahead of the curve, executing your game plan, having the right things packed, and really knowing what you're going for. Traveling, it can be really beneficial, or it can be a nightmare for some people. I've done enough traveling now that, I've created routines. I've been able to find the easier ways, to get through certain things. And, hotels can be a pain sometimes. And so can RV parks. It just depends on what you like to do. But, these are part of the things that I do. This is what has gotten us successful. Saved us that last little bit that we needed. That we had enough money to make it home. When we were first starting a long time ago. And, I'm grateful to where we're at now. I want everybody to be a part of this process. I'm just letting it go. I'm putting my heart out there. I want you guys to get to know us as a race team, to get to know me, Carlos Trujillo, instrumental. We're going to really move forward right now. Next is tomorrow. I'm leaving in the morning. That's why I am back. I have the fresh gear ready to give out. And we're going to Vegas to Reno. And I'm going to be racing in October in the side-by-side and the Laughlin Desert Classic. I want to build these videos so that way you guys can watch this whole process. And it'll be fun for all of us, and it'll give everyone a place to highlight racing, with off-road racing, the inner things that you need to know that took years and years of experience, and I learned from other people that had years and years and years of experience. The more you get out there, the more you're able to go out there and live the dream. That's my gift to you guys. Please hit the like, the share, the subscribe, hit the notifications. Anything you guys need, hit me up. Comment, and I'll hit you guys up. I'm excited for this. There's going to be a lot of cool videos coming out. I'm really, really excited for all of it. Laters.
My style. My style.
If your company needs any testing or feedback for your product or advertising, contact Instrumental LLC. And thank you for your time for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed.